How's it going, everyone? Xanthos here, and I am here today to report on Blazblue CP Extend and XBlaze Lost Memories. Blazblue is awesome, so everyone should be a fan. More seriously, yes, guys, we have received a new scan from Japan. It may have been yesterday, and since Japan is about a day ahead of us, I don't know exactly how many hours. But whenever I follow the news, they tend to be at least a day ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So when it's the 19th here, it's the 20. I'm sorry. When it's the 19th here, it's the 20th there, and vice versa. So, anyways, guys, what we're looking at here is the new scan from XBlaze Lost Memories. I will focus on that first off. For those of you who are not familiar, XBlaze Lost Memories was recently announced to have a localized date for North America. Well, more like a time frame. I think they have a date on Amazon. Maybe the 28th. That might actually be CP Extend. What Amazon? Okay, it was listed as September 1st. On Amazon. So summer 2015 release. I can't tell you if that's the exact date, but it will be more likely than not around that time frame, unless the game gets delayed, which I don't see happening. So yeah, guys. So summer 2015 release. I'm very excited. And my plan is to stream the Japanese release of XBlaze Lost Memories. Basically, it's a visual novel based game. The language will be in Japanese, obviously, and sadly, I don't speak and I don't understand Japanese, so it will be an interesting experience, to say the least. But it's something I wanted to try, since I'm such a huge fan of the Blazblue extended series. And if you happen to be fluent in Japanese, you can definitely help me out with on some understanding of the story, since a large amount of the viewers and myself, of course, won't be able to understand the text on screen. So definitely tune in. If you're interested in checking out the stream, head on over to my stream, twitch.tv/anime-inspirations, around the time of Lost Memories Japanese release, which is April 9th, 2015. So it could be the 8th, depending on my schedule and whatnot. But you can follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/anime_inspirations, if you are at all interested. Sorry for that rant, guys. I will get back to this awesome scan. Okay, so thanks to shout out to LOR Izon on the GameFAQs.com boards. He sort of clued me in on this scan, so shout outs to him. Here in the scan, I'm basically reading from his post. XBlaze has a gag scenario, which will be apparently free DLC, downloadable content, aka DLC. So with this gag scenario, we have 3 different parts to it: Hinata, Kyon, and Mei. I always get Mei and Mai so confused. It's like one little letter. It's like, wow. But Mei, M-E-I, is a purple-haired character. Very cute, isn't she? Yeah. I know lots of people are fans. But yeah, she's cool. But here we have Mei, looking all like a boss, and I don't know what she's doing here. She's showing her awesome cookies to everybody. And when I first saw this small screenshot in the upper left-hand corner, I was like, Kyon looks like, in that little sort of happy face, reminds me of the girl from I think it's Nisekoi. Is that how you pronounce it? For those anime fans out there, Nisekoi is actually getting a sequel. I think it's for is it the spring 2015 anime season? Something like that. If I had more time, I I actually want to at least check out one episode, and I probably will. But I digress, guys. So yes, a lot of the XBlaze characters you see are definitely, their reactions are hilarious, and it's definitely like, wow, I didn't see that coming. So the gag scenario will be a lot of fun. I enjoyed the first one in the first gag series in XBlaze Code Embryo. It was a lot of fun and it made me laugh. So what else, guys? Oh, someone asked on GameFAQs, like, we don't know yet, you know, how we're gonna get sex scenario. I'm sorry, that is his the name of the character with the silver hair, and he was supposedly the main antagonist in XBlaze Code Embryo. He has a twin antenna hair, the silver twin antenna, whatever he's got going on with the silver hair, black highlights, and the red and black coat, looking like he's about to destroy everybody. Whoops. Yeah. So that is sex, which is, I believe, his name is German for 7. So it's interesting because there's different lineages of, I don't know if that's the proper term, but bear with me, guys. Different, like, lineages of the 7 sages, or timelines. Guess what I'm trying to say. So XBlaze, if I'm not mistaken, XBlaze Code Embryo, in the grand scheme of things, looking at the timeline of the extended Blazblue series, XBlaze Lost Memory, Code Embryo is apparently the first entry. So all of there's nothing before Lost Memories. The initial, it's like the foundation, even though not many people have played the game or know that much about the story. It's where everything begins, and then, if I'm not mistaken, everything sort of flows upwards to the current, in the end of the current timeline, which is Chronophatasma, and then Chronophatasma Extend, I'm guessing. So the first iteration of the 10 sages, was it, includes Dry, which is German for 3, Sex, SECHS, German for 7, and Oct, German for 8. And what's interesting to note is that there's actually manga characters from I can't remember the name of the manga series, but one of the Blazblue mangas. 7 and 8 are actual lost, what am I trying to say, 10 sage characters. So that's like whatever iteration after the timeline that has Dry, Sex, Oct, and actually slight spoilers. The pink-haired character that we see next to mind fart, Toya, I believe. She is, spoiler for those who haven't seen XBlaze, played XBlaze Code Embryo. She's also a prior member of the 10 sages. Her name is Sui. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation, which is German for 2. So, if you were to ask me, like, okay, does this 10 sages system follow a similar system if anyone's played Kingdom Hearts? Could you relate it to, you know, higher numbers mean higher ranks and things like that? You know, with the don't get me started with the Kingdom Hearts plot. It's also, I can't keep track of that one either. But maybe not, guys. I believe it or not, I'm really not an expert on all things Blazblue. I try to be, but I'm not. So if I'm wrong, definitely don't be afraid to try to correct me, guys. So yes, Zui is also a former 10 sage. and she is here in the upper, like, center screenshot. I think I said everything I wanted to say about my and this screenshot right here. So, okay, here she is with Toya, the protagonist of XBlaze Code Embryo. I don't, is that, I think it's a gag screenshot from one of the gag scenarios in Lost Memories. And then up in the upper right hand corner we have Akira. He made his debut, and all these characters made their debut in the original XBlaze Code Embryo. So from left to right we have Akira, Toya, S, Mei, Kion, and I'm forgetting the name of this blue-haired girl. But she's very funny, at least in the gag scenario. In the normal story, she's okay, but I really love her in the gag route. So, if the first entry of XBlaze was any indication, she's gonna be hilarious once again. I do have the first video from the Code Embryo gag route on my YouTube channel, so check that out, guys, when you get a chance. If you haven't seen it, of course. What is your name? I can't remember it right now, guys, so I apologize. The blue-haired character. There she is again. She has Toya to her left and Kion to her right. She's looking unhappy or something. And okay, more about this screenshot is the question that someone asked. I don't know if I answered this earlier or not, but we don't know about sex scenario, whether it's, you know, if it's a pre-order bonus for the North America version or DLC or what they're going to do with it. My guess is pre-order bonus, similar to what Japan is doing right now. You pre-order XBlaze Lost Memories, you get this like an origin story of sex, and you know, before he went insane. Almost like Crisis Core, and I'm making so many different comparisons. Almost like Crisis Core and how it showed Sephiroth's story before he went insane. That's what I'm guessing sex sort of prequel story is going to be about. So we have sex here in the upper. I know it's so, you can make so many jokes about his name, but like, how do you pronounce it where it doesn't sound like sex? I don't know. Maybe sex? I can't. I don't think it's possible. So it just sounds like sex. So yeah. Sorry guys for the rant. So sex here. If you say it quickly enough, maybe people will not think. I don't know. Sorry. Moving on. So sex is talking to somebody who has a red and black coat. I don't know who that is. Maybe sometime after he went insane and then was like, I have to kill everyone and steal the Kusanagi swords. Is that what it was called? But he has a lot of, he almost looks like a Murakumo, but he's controlling the swords around him as if he were a Murakumo unit. That's basically what you see of him and his combat abilities in XBlaze. So I have no idea what's going on in this lower left hand screenshot, this one. Did he clone himself? I really don't know. Or is that another character we don't know? I really couldn't tell you. He's looking very menacing in this next screenshot. And here's like a screenshot from the origin story, which actually, believe it or not, I'm really curious to be like, okay, how was his life before he went insane? We don't know yet, but I'm curious, very curious to find out. And I was talking about Oct and Dry earlier. Oct is she has the sunglasses on her head, green eyes, blonde hair. You know, I mentioned that, I don't know why I was thinking this, but if someone has cosplayed as Oct before, I want to see it. Maybe I should do a Google search. I don't know. Everyone loves a hot character, right? Moving on. Yeah, I don't know. She's just an interesting character, and too bad she had to, well, spoilers. But, yes, regardless of the events of the first code embryo, here we are. My guess is, from the screenshots I see here, this story, this segment of the story, is like, it appears to be, again, Sect, Oct, and Dry, either retreating from Ishana, where the all 10 sages reside, and I'm not the best at geography in the Blazblue universe, but I'm guessing this details their departure from Ishana and, you know, their rebellion and all of that. I almost wish it was like an origin story for all characters, because it seems like it's going to talk about Sect when he was like a young'un in the 10 sages, and then time skip. These rebellious 10 sages are going to retreat from Ishana. We see the forest behind them. So that is my assumption of what's going to happen in this origin story. So, and I think that is everything I have to say about this XBlaze Lost Memories scan. So Toya is not the protagonist in Lost Memories. Is actually a new character called Watashi. She has pink hair, and you know, one could make the assumption that she's related to Kokonoe 9 and Zui, pictured above here with the pink hair. You can see it in her hair, her eyes, her just the way she looks. So, and also her last name as well. So that's what people are heavily assuming right now, that they are indeed related. I can't tell you much about Nobody. Another character, she somehow assists Watashi in her journey, and then we get to play as Watashi and her party, I guess, in like 8-bit sprite form. So it'll be interesting, because the first Code Embryo didn't really have much gameplay. I mean, you clicked menus. I didn't really like the system they used, the TOI system, but I'm really liking the hybrid of visual novel and like adventure game that they have shown us so far for Lost Memories. Okay, guys, I know I ramble on quite a bit, but let's move on to the next scan, which is from Blazblue Chronophatasma Extend, which its Japanese release date is April 23rd of 2015. So I will be importing that. So be sure to check, if you want to see gameplay, be sure to stop by my Twitch channel. I will also be hosting tournaments. I don't have an exact date yet for the Extend tournaments that I will be hosting, but I will keep everyone posted. And the North American release date is summer of 2015. I think Amazon listed it as July 28th. So that may or may not be 100% accurate. But my guess is that it will follow a similar trend to last year, where we had Chronophatasma hit and then Lost Memories hit about 3 months later. So that's my guess as to what's going to happen. So let's move on to the let's switch gears to Chronophatasma Extend. Alright, so this scan here, we see Kokonoe. Apparently she has an origin story which details the time frame. Let me pull up the notes here. So Kokonoe's story apparently takes place during the Ikaruga Civil War, and appears to cover from the point in time when Hakuman is salvaged from being salvaged, I guess, rescued, and when Roy turns into Arachne. up until the capture of Azrael. So that's like a critical time frame where we don't know what exactly went on. We know we saw Azrael breaking from his chains in the prison, but we're like, who is this character? How did he even get there? Where is his backstory? So yeah, from up until now, it's just been like speculation. So what else about this, guys? Someone mentioned that in one of these screenshots, they appear to see Tager with a new hairstyle. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's this screenshot. I can't really see that close. His head is like covered up by magical effects. But it looks like Azrael is fighting Tager. Azrael here looking like a boss. Here, I maybe should have gone over the screenshots in order. Kokonoi looking like she usually does, with the lollipop in her hand. That's one of her portraits she uses when she talks in the game. Scrolling down, Kokonoi is angry. Kokonoi talking to Roy. XBlaze, still on XBlaze. CP Extend, by the way, is available for Xbox One, PS3, PS4, and PS Vita. I will be getting the PS3 version. If I had more money, I would think about buying the PS4 version, but the differences seem to be minute. Maybe slightly better resolution. Does the game run at 1080p already? Like, maybe better like particle effects, and it's nothing drastic. And there is, the good news is there's cross-play between PS3 and PS4, so I'm definitely excited for that. You know, I know a lot of people don't want to upgrade to PS4 and pay the yearly PSN fees, you know, for net play. Any sort of multiplayer net play on PSN. For the PS4, you have to pay about $50 a year, be a PSN Plus subscriber. So I'm personally not ready to upgrade. Ideally, even if I had the money, I would think about waiting until a PS4 Slim hits, which seems to be a given, you know, given Sony's previous track record. So that's what I'm waiting for. Again, I will be personally importing the PS3 version. I'm buying 2 copies of the game. PS3 and PS4. I'm sorry, PS3 Japanese version of the game and US version. So I will be streaming tournaments, and I will be checking out the game. So you can stop by my Twitch channel around the time of release if you're interested in checking that out. Here we have Lychee, and I'm guessing this is like when she's worried about Roy turning into Arachne. That's probably spoilers for some people, but I think it was detailed pretty heavily. You know, the whole series, people have known that, you know, Arachne used to be a living person before he turned into this monster. When it's somewhat out of order. These screenshots above detail like the new my room and matchmaking feature, I think. So that will be really awesome. They give us this cool interface for like look, maybe we can play decoration with our room. So that'll be really fun to do. Like when you don't want to play matches, you're like, I just want to decorate my room. Like take a breather. Some more lobbies of some sort here. And what is this? Wanted? Looks like Ragnar or something. His face is covered up, and not sure what's going on with this monitor. Is that Golden Tager or something? I have no idea. Here's a screenshot that shows Noelle and Ragnar. What's going on? Maybe it's new features of the replay feature or something. I could be off, guys. I don't know a lick of Japanese. I talked about Lychee there. Here's a picture of Roy in the center, looking all like a badass. I don't know if we've ever seen his eyes. You know, that's a common trope in anime where they don't show the eyes of certain characters for one reason or another, I guess you could say the designers got lazy, or they wanted some suspense and mysterious. You know, when in anime where they often cover up the character's eyes, it's like they're sad or something, or you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. But in this case, they just give them these glasses where you can't even tell his, you know, what his eye emotions going through his eyes, or what his eyes looks like. But yeah, you know, from what we've seen, I could be wrong on this, but they never really they haven't really shown us like the period of time where Lychee and Roy were really close. I could be wrong on that, but so it seems like this scenario could give us more detail into that. So that'll be interesting. You know, a lot of like action, I guess, popular shonen material, and that includes like typical anime, manga, and the like Fairy Tail, Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece. You know, all the big names. They often don't show romance all that heavily, and you know, I think they should, even if it's on the side. So I'm really liking this, how this pair seems to be shaping up. You know, two characters close to lovers, and they get you know, separated tragically. So I'm sure it'll be a very interesting story to see everything fleshed out here between Roy and Lychee. And here, a very convenient arrow that is showing us that yes, oh no, he transforms into Arachne. We did, thanks Arc Systems. We needed that arrow so desperately. So there we go, guys. There's the new scan. I am deeply anticipating the game. Now, what I want us to show, what I want Arc Systems to show us, are new battle clips, battle quotes from Lambda and Celica. We haven't, as far as I'm aware, haven't seen that yet. So, if I'm not mistaken, similar to Chronophatasma, we will have the new English battle quotes. So I'm guessing that means that, you know, new introduction quotes for all characters. You know, Ragnar versus Celica will have new quotes, and everybody versus Celica and Lambda will have new quotes, and all the different conditions for where characters have new quotes facing these characters. I know that was a mouthful, but yes, guys, I'm actually really looking forward to that. Basically, like, all of my, well, what am I saying? I've always been a fan of, like, just localizations in games and the voice actors and actresses. Like, way back in 2008 with Valkyria Chronicles, amazing series, by the way. You know, I sort of made this, it's actually a game facts FAQ, so to speak, where, you know, I went through the game, all the conditions, I listed what this character says when he dies, etc., when he has low health. And if I had more time, you know, I would compile that information for like additional games and such. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Spectral Soul series, what's the future iteration of that? Damn, I was just playing it and I forgot the name. But the latter series entries of that series were not English dubbed, so sad face. But they're still amazing games. Huge tangent, guys. I know I ran on so much, but you know, I actually made this video because apparently a lot of viewers checked out my first scan video, so it's one of my videos with my highest views, along with my playthrough, some of the videos in my playthrough of TRSG Tiara 2, which sadly I did not finish. I wish I could, but it's like, I don't know, guys. I like turn-based strategy games. I don't think they're entirely that fun to watch. And I've been focused on the Blazblue universe now, so I don't know. Maybe one day I will get back to that, but I don't know, guys. But I appreciate everyone who has shown their support on my YouTube videos and my Twitch channel. So you have my thanks. Last minute comments here that for things I may have forgotten. Let me see, guys. Someone talked about why is S in the, you know, this scenario of events with all the other characters. Yet S from Lost Memories and Code Embryo. And then someone mentioned like there's different forms of S. I should probably switch to my other scan. Like there could be different forms of S. S, by the way, is the only pic of her in this screen. In this scan is she's next to Mai and Toya in the upper right hand corner. She has that zigzag in her hair, the blonde with the school suit, school attire. So yeah, someone mentioned like there may be different forms of S. Like present, past, and future, etc. It's really complicated. Like someone mentioned, like someone S with an eye cap could be a different iteration of S. S who's playful, etc. And they mentioned like it's possible that nobody, Lost Memories character, possibly fused with S. So I'm like, holy cow, this plot in over my head. But it's still very amazing, and I'm deeply anticipating what will happen, guys. And then someone also mentioned like, why did they hide Kiri's voice actress? He's an actor because the character is male, but he looks very effeminate. I know that's a very huge trend in anime, in Japanese culture, but I digress. So Kiri, apparently we don't know his Japanese voice actor. They're keeping it a secret. We don't know why. You know, my hope was for XBlaze Lost Memories to get English dub. I don't think it's gonna happen, sadly. Which sad face. Extreme sad face. But there is one form of new news here, guys, that I probably should have put in another video, but Blazblue Alter Memory is getting an English dub. So kudos to Funimation. You guys are awesome. I definitely I want to buy this just to support Funimation and keep bringing us amazing English dubs. Dual audio is awesome, but you know, a part of me appreciates English dubs to a greater extent, not only because I can understand them, I mean, yeah, but because it's not a given, guys. You know, if we didn't support these series, if we didn't support the publisher and the developer, then, you know, they can easily say, no, we don't need an English dub, it's extra expenses, let's just do sub only and cut corners and cut cost. But you know, Funimation has gone out of their way to even go so far as to get like 99% of the cast back for Alter Memory. So that will be extremely hype and extremely awesome. So the only characters who actors and actresses who are not confirmed to return are, I think, sadly, Laura Bailey is not being recast as Platinum. Sad face, I know. She's awesome. I can't recall much of Alexis Tipton, who will be now playing Platinum, and I couldn't tell you, like, most likely it's going to be an imitation of Laura Bailey's voice, because that's how it often happens when a character gets replaced. So most likely it's going to be an imitation. I couldn't tell you, like, is Laura Bailey going to voice the new Platinum voices in Extend, or did she already do them already? Or is she doing them right now? I can't tell you. And someone else got replaced. Was it like Guy? I think it's Guy, aka Gil. Guy may have got, or maybe that's an alias or something. I could be wrong, guys, but the big one is Laura Bailey getting recast in Alter Memory. So it's a relatively minor hit, guys. I'm very happy that, you know, they've stuck with the big main cast, the major players. So, you know, when we think of the English dub of anything Blazblue, we think of these characters. I mean, these actors. So, and kudos to Patrick Seitz as well. Not only is he awesome as Ragna, but he's also the ADR director for Alter Memory. So, I'm not exactly sure what that entails, because I'm not experienced with theater and production, but I'm sure it's a big undertaking. So again, kudos to him, and thanks once again to Funimation for bringing Alter Memory over and giving us an English dub. So I'm a huge fan of Funimation and the things they do with localized anime. So yeah, guys, I think that just about wraps up everything I wanted to say about this new scan, the new scans for XBlaze and CP Extend. Be on the lookout for my coverage of the Japanese release of XBlaze Lost Memories around the time of April 9th. So hopefully I can get everything up and running. If you want to be, you know, notified when I go live on my Twitch channel, definitely give me a follow. I'm sorry, follow my Twitch channel, and you will be notified by email or however they have it set up. I think it's email, and I would definitely appreciate it, guys. And stay tuned. I will upload the rest of the Code Embryo gag route. Very funny stuff, guys. Very funny, and it gives us a different side to the characters. So this has been Xanthos. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.